Hi there, welcome to the Color Comics. My name is Aaron, and we're here for a bit of an unveiling, unboxing today. Well, it's been unboxed already. And we're going to be looking at Creep Presents by Alex Toth. Now, the name Alex Toth may not ring out into your mind immediately. Maybe it does. But most of you have heard of him or experienced him in some way or another. Alex Toth was an author who's unfortunately passed away now. That it was an artist who was really, really good when it came to character designs. How good? Well, if you watched Space Ghost when you were a kid, or let's just say you watched Space Ghost Coast to Coast, the series that came out years later, the more comedic take on it, Alex Toth created Space Ghost. That was his creation. He worked at Hanna-Barbera for quite a while. He did things like Hercules, he worked on Super Friends, and he worked with a lot of comics as well, even doing some of the old Disney Zorro comics. And if you're like at really, really old school, then there used to be this magazine that came out called Hot Rod Cartoons, which is before my time, probably my dad's time. And they have like a lot of, car cartoons and stuff like that. For the car fanatics out there, Toth did work on those as well. Now, some of the lesser known work that Toth did, though, was for the Warren publications of Creepy and Eerie magazine, along with some more work on their on one of their other magazines called Rook as well. Now, right here in this book that you're seeing right beside me, they've collected all of his work from Creepy and Eerie. It's a slender book, but the good thing is it's a nice oversized hardcover. So this is, when you're looking to collect, especially for like an artist or a certain type of collection, you want something that's usually around this size at least for when it comes to the artwork, because you really want to be able to look at the artwork that's in here. Toth did amazing stuff on Creepy and Eerie, and I will show you a couple of the pictures. Now, he worked with so many other people on here, people that you're going to know if you're a comic book fan, people like Carmen Infantino, who, especially if you're a Flash fan, you're going to know Carmen Infantino, Doug Monk, and whose name I totally messed up, and Romeo Tengel, who at the time was known as Alexis Romeo. But there's stories here dating back from Creepy issue number 5 right up to Creepy issue number 139, and even has his stories from Eerie, starting in Eerie issue number 2 right up to Eerie issue number 67. It has the stuff that he worked on with other people, and it has the stuff that he worked on himself. Now, when you get to the stuff that he wrote and drew himself, without anybody else included, well, that here will have its own special black section in the book to let you know that it's stuff that was written and drawn by Alex Toth. But he did a lot of work here. And the neat thing about magazines like Creepy and Eerie is they were not regulated by the Comics Code. So they could go in and look at some different, and some things that we may have seen a bit, like, edgier for comics of the time. The Comics Code at this point was extremely strict. So we had so many different things that you couldn't do. You couldn't even say horror, terror in magazines back then. The good guy always had to win. But they could do different things with these here. And there's one did with Roger McKenzie, a brilliant looking story called The Killing. I'm actually super stoked to check this out. I'm a big fan of Alex Toth. I'm a big fan of Super Friends. I grew up and collected all of the Super Friends shows. So I'm so excited to have his stuff here, and his artwork is just brilliant. The stuff he did with Alexis Romeo Tengel is really, really good. They really complement each other well. You can actually see how well they complement each other, and he takes advantage of Alex Toth's kind of the smoothness of his work. If you've ever seen Space Ghost or Hercules or Super Friends, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is actually a Creepy Presents one. They did a bunch of these. They did the Creepy Presents for Bernie Wrightson. They did and I'm going to bring him up here too. They did a Creepy Presents for Steve Ditko. Yes, Steve Ditko worked for Creepy as well. And they did a Creepy Presents for, and I want to get to the page so I can actually see it, which I probably won't. I'll probably just for Richard Corbin. And Corbin is the guy that you probably know as creating the character of Den and working on Heavy Metal magazine. There was a time when these things could be got for $20, $30. This one here, by the way, was bought in Canada on Amazon CA from the Amazon CA website for under $25. That is amazing because most of these here Creepy Presents books are out of print. Even the Creepy and Eerie Archives, there are a few that you can get for, if you're lucky, $60 to $70, yeah, on a good day. Maybe 55 for a couple of the latter ones. And most are just out of print altogether. The Bernie Wrightson one does get pretty expensive. I think the Richard Corbin one's even in print. Same as Steve Ditko, they're really hard to get. So if you can ever like get your hands on any of these, if you're a fan of art and fan of just really cool, creepy storytelling, check out Creepy Presents, and check out Alex Toth because he's done a lot of good work. Rest in peace, man. You are a huge part of my childhood, and more so than I knew. Thanks for watching. I am Aaron. This has been the Call to Comics. Remember, there's always another comic out there, but there's only one of you. So treat yourself nice, and I'll see you again soon here in the Call to Comics.